call me Mystic Mac because I predict these things.
Jordan Leavitt takes on Kurt Holobaugh this Saturday at UFC Fight Night Vegas 107. And I've been going back and forth on this one. I'm a big Kurt Holobaugh fan ever since he was on the Ultimate Fighter. I don't know if it was his second time back on there, but I'm a big Kurt Holobaugh fan. I think he's an absolute dog. I think he's very good. He's very experienced. And Jordan Leavitt at the same time, I think he's sneaky good. I think people underestimate him just because he's not, the brash dude. He's kind of goofy. But I like this fight. I think, Kurt Holobaugh getting up there in age, Jordan Leavitt entering his prime. I think he's 29 years old, been off for about 2 years, coming off of that loss to Chase Hooper. So going to be interesting because Kurt Holobaugh's been busy. He just fought Alexander Hernandez back in March. Not really busy, but he's been the one to fight most recently, and then fought Kenan Khrushchevsky before that in last July. So we'll see. I'm curious to see how this one matches up. I know Kurt Holobaugh is going to be wanting to keep it on the feet for the most part. Will go to the ground, very high level black belt, but doesn't have the best wrestling or takedown defense. And Jordan Leavitt, wants to get it to the ground, but he's shown, improved striking as of late, and he's been off for 2 years, so he could come back and just show marked improvements on the feet. So Jordan Leavitt, 29 years old, 5'9", 71-inch reach, 11-3 in his career. Trains out of Syndicate MMA, has a really good front kick, teep kicks to the body, checks kicks very well, but he really uses his kicks to kind of maintain the range that he wants, keep guys off of him as they're pressuring in, and digs it to the body, to the solar plexus, beats up guys' legs. And really good striking defense. We've never really seen him hurt, and I don't think he's ever been KO'd by any means. All of his losses are by choke or decision. So very defensively responsible, tough dude. Fights in the southpaw stance. He's just kind of crafty. He's crafty on the ground, crafty on the feet. He's hard to find on the feet. Throws good technique, moves well, and was showing really nasty work in the clinch in his fight over Victor Martinez, where he was landing elbows and then landed like 3 consecutive knees to Martinez to knock him out. So he's also deceptively strong and powerful. He's not the most yoked up, muscled up dude, but you see in flashes of strength, athleticism, explosivity in his fights, and it sounds like just as of recently he started to lift weights and do strength and conditioning. But comes from a high school wrestling background. Didn't collegiately wrestle, but was like a state qualifier, and just very good on his back, with sweeps, transitions, and attacks. That fight with Chase Hooper, I think he had like an omoplata at one time and swept him. It was just kind of give him a run for his money, whereas Chase Hooper's very good on the ground, and good ground and pound, can generate good power on the ground. He kind of put Chase Hooper out for a second there on the ground if you look back at that fight, but outside of that, had his moments against Paddy Pimblett on the ground. Same with Trey Ogden. Trey Ogden's a big, strong dude, good wrestler. Got the win over him. Had the inverted triangle choke over Matt Sales, but was controlled and out-grappled by Claudio Puelles in that fight. But that was 4 years ago, and Puelles is a specialist on the ground. And then had the slam knockout over Matt Wyman, which was very impressive. Picked him up, carried him across the octagon, put his forearm in his chin, and slammed him on his head. So Jordan Leavitt is not somebody to be underestimated. Kurt Holobaugh, 38 years old. So he's going to be 9 years older. I think he turns 39 in September. He's 5'11", with a 70-inch reach. So he'll be 2 inches taller and have a 1-inch reach disadvantage. And he's 21-9, but just tons of high-level experience. 21-9, maybe not the best record, but you look at this guy's, who he's fought. And Raoni Barcelos, Shane Bargos, Thiago Moises, Austin Hubbard, Trey Ogden, Alexander Hernandez. He's fought really good competition. But he fights out of his own gym and sometimes trains at Kill Cliff, which is a concern of mine. Just not being at one of these big gyms. I think he trains out of his gym in Louisiana. Just not having these big fight camps and these high-level training partners around you, especially at 38 years old, just makes me kind of wonder how serious are you taking this? Whereas Jordan Leavitt just entering his prime, training out of Syndicate MMA with a bunch of killers, just kind of, I don't know, maybe he's training at Kill Cliff again, or maybe he takes his camps to bigger gyms. But he's extremely aggressive on the feet, just an absolute savage. The dude puts on, crazy performances. He's always down to bang, just an absolute dog in the cage. He's a dense, strong dude with tons of experience. He's a marauder on the feet, looking to deal damage. Has a really good chin, jiu-jitsu black belt, very good off of his back. Just doesn't have the best takedown defense. And that's something that I've seen him struggle with. 39% takedown defense, doesn't come from a wrestling background, more of just a jiu-jitsu background, and just gets taken down a lot. I look at his you look at his stats. He was taken down 4 times by Alexander Hernandez, 3 times by Kanan Khrushchevsky, who's not a wrestler, 3 times by Trey Ogden, and just controlled that entire fight. You know, but Trey Ogden's a big dude, very good wrestler. Austin Hubbard took him down twice. Thiago Moises took him down 4 times. Howney Barcelos took him down 3 times. Steven Seiler took him down once. Pat Healy took him down 3 times. So that is a concern of mine, because I know Jordan Leavitt, his primary goal in this fight is to get it to the ground. Look to land ground and pound and find the sub. And I think that's what he's going to do. I maybe not get the sub, although he has been armbarred by Shane Burgos, which isn't the best look because Shane Burgos is more of a striker, but you know, he can be finished on the ground, he's seen by not the best competition, and he can be controlled on the ground. At times he does accept bottom position, but then at other times he's got a really active guard looking to sweep. Like, got the triangle choke over Austin Hubbard, wins on the Ultimate Fighter, you know, by submission. A lot of submissions on his record, but just as of late, it doesn't seem like he's really getting his game going off his back. And I think that Jordan Leavitt will be able to get him down and nullify that guard game. Kurt's he's just too inconsistent for me. You know, he lost 3 in a row in the UFC, went to the regional scene, came back on the Ultimate Fighter and won it, but then ever since then he's 1-2. Lost to Ogden, lost to Hernandez, beat Kanan Khrushchevsky, which he's still kind of up in the air on how good he is. You know, has a good record, but you look at his record, it's not the best competition. 28s and 10s, 17 and 15s, 9 and 10s. So I don't know how good of a win that is. And like I said, he's getting up there. He's about to be 39. This will be his 31st fight. He's taking tons of damage, been in a lot of wars, had an absolute war with Jason Knight, just battered him. But it was, you know, such a gritty performance where it's like, man, this dude's an absolute killer. But if you take him down, he's not a killer. So I see Kurt Holobaugh, you know, pushing forward, looking to land bombs, and Leavitt just going under, getting takedowns. Using his kicks to kind of keep Holobaugh at bay as he pushes in with his pressure. Just finding his takedowns, winning rounds, or getting the sub. I just can't trust Holobaugh as of late, especially considering he's just getting older. And just his lack of, you know, takedown defense. It frustrates me, especially in the Trey Ogden fight and the Hernandez fight, where I was like, he's been doing this game for so long, he's a high-level black belt, like, surely he's going to be able to defend these takedowns and keep it on the feet, or if he does get taken down, threaten with submissions and sweeps and get it back to being on top or on the feet, but it just doesn't happen. And I don't think, if he can't keep it standing, I don't think he wins. And Jordan Leavitt, like I said earlier, he looked good on the feet against Victor Martinez, and he's had, you know, flashes of not brilliance, but, you know, good striking at times in his career. And I just think with, you know, being 29 years old, taking some time off, I think he's just going to be, you know, he's going to look even better than he has in the past. I expect, even if he hasn't improved his striking, I think that his all-around craftiness and grappling ability will allow him to get this one done. So I think he can get the submission over Kurt Holobaugh, catch him on the ground, but if not, I think he gets this one done by decision. Thanks.